Crash course on major pandemics in human history and their consequences. Throughout human history, there have been several major pandemics that have had significant consequences on societies and populations. These pandemics have caused widespread illness, death, and economic disruption, and have often led to major changes in how people live and interact with each other. One of the earliest recorded pandemics was the Plague of Athens, which occurred in Greece in 430 BCE during the Peloponnesian War. The epidemic spread rapidly and caused significant mortality, with some estimates suggesting that up to one-third of the Athenian population died. The Plague of Athens had significant consequences on Greek society and culture, and is thought to have contributed to the decline of the Athenian Empire. Another major pandemic in human history was the Black Death, which swept through Europe in the 14th century. The Black Death was caused by the Yersinia pestis bacterium, which was carried by fleas on rats. The pandemic caused significant mortality, with some estimates suggesting that up to 60% of the European population died. The Black Death had significant consequences on European society and culture, and is thought to have contributed to the decline of feudalism and the emergence of a more centralized, urbanized society. In the modern era, there have been several major pandemics that have had significant consequences on global populations. One of the most deadly pandemics in modern history was the Spanish flu, which swept through the world in 1918–1919. The Spanish flu was caused by the H1N1 influenza virus, and caused an estimated 50 million deaths worldwide. The pandemic had significant consequences on global society, and is thought to have contributed to major changes in healthcare and public health policy. Another major pandemic in modern history was the HIV/AIDS epidemic, which emerged in the 1980s and has since caused an estimated 35 million deaths worldwide. The epidemic has had significant social and cultural consequences, particularly for marginalized communities such as the LGBTQ+ community and people living with HIV/AIDS. The most recent pandemic that has had significant consequences on global society is the COVID-19 pandemic, which emerged in late 2019 and has since spread to every corner of the world. The pandemic has caused significant mortality and economic disruption, and has led to major changes in how people live and interact with each other. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the importance of public health infrastructure and the need for international cooperation in responding to global health crises. The recovery from pandemics has often been a slow and challenging process, particularly in the absence of effective medical treatments or vaccines. However, there have been several examples of successful recoveries from pandemics throughout history. One example is the recovery from the smallpox epidemic in the 18th century, which was achieved through a combination of improved public health measures and the development of an effective vaccine. Another example is the recovery from the HIV/AIDS epidemic in the 21st century, which has been achieved through a combination of improved medical treatments and public education campaigns. Here is a list of estimated deaths for some of the major pandemics in human history. 1. Plague of Athens, 430 BCE. It is estimated that the plague caused by an unknown infectious agent killed around 75,000 people in Athens, Greece. 2. Antonine Plague, 165 to 180 CE. This pandemic is believed to have been caused by smallpox or measles and resulted in the death of an estimated 5 million people across the Roman Empire. 3. Plague of Justinian, 541 to 542 CE. This pandemic is believed to have been caused by the Yersinia pestis bacterium and is estimated to have killed between 25 million and 50 million people worldwide. 4. Black Death, 1347 to 1351 CE. This pandemic was caused by the same Yersinia pestis bacterium and is estimated to have killed up to 200 million people in Europe, Asia, and Africa. 5. Spanish flu, 1918–1919. This pandemic was caused by the H1N1 influenza virus and is estimated to have caused the deaths of between 50 million and 100 million people worldwide. 6. HIV/AIDS pandemic, 1981–present. This pandemic is caused by the human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, and is estimated to have caused the deaths of around 35 million people worldwide. 7. COVID-19 pandemic, 2019–present. This pandemic is caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus and has caused the deaths of over 5 million people worldwide, as of March 2023. Please note that it is important to note that the estimated death tolls for pandemics may vary depending on the available data, the methodology used to estimate deaths, and other factors. Additionally, some pandemics may have caused more deaths than those listed here, but the exact numbers are unknown due to limited records or inadequate reporting at the time. In conclusion, pandemics have had significant consequences on human history, causing widespread illness, death, and economic disruption. However, humanity has also shown resilience and the ability to recover from these crises, often through the development of effective medical treatments and vaccines, as well as through improvements in public health infrastructure and policies. While pandemics are a significant threat to global health and well-being, they also present opportunities for innovation and change, and have often led to significant advancements in medicine, public health, and social policy. Here is a poem to summarize the major pandemics in human history. Pandemics throughout history. They came with death and misery. Plagues and sickness, they did spread. Many suffered, many bled. In Athens, the plague did strike. 1/3 of the population died. And in Europe, the Black Death came, killing millions, leaving only pain. The Spanish flu in 1918 brought the world to its knees. 50 million dead, and more to mourn. A tragedy, from which we were born. HIV, AIDS in the 80s. A crisis that brought many to their knees. Marginalized communities most affected. Their suffering, we must never neglect. And now, COVID-19 is here. A pandemic that fills us with fear. But with science and cooperation, we can overcome this devastation. Pandemics have caused much pain, but we must rise and fight again. With resilience and innovation, we can triumph over this affliction. We must work together, and never falter. In the face of pandemics, we must be stronger. For though they cause much pain and sorrow, we will rise again, and see a brighter tomorrow. ****, start planning your next global adventure with ease and convenience with our Booking.com referral link. https://www.booking.com/index.html $aid = 7989335 as a great choice to plan your next trip. You can find and book flights, hotels, cars, and local attractions all in one place, and their price match guarantee ensures you're getting the best deal. Thank you for kind support our Anhub Metaverse channel, and please watch more interesting videos here.